Alright, today we're going to be talking about a new 4.5 live stream update. There is so much coming. I'm going to try and cover everything I can. First of all, one thing I want to mention, which we're going to talk about later on, is there's a Rainbow Six Siege collab new operator coming. What does that mean? That means the collab's coming back, and that also means Ash is probably coming back. Yes, the best part of the time, but we're going to take a look at the first characters that come in. Anyway, let's talk about new operators. First of all, we have Bassline. This is the first time I've seen him. Seems to have like a trumpet in his hand. Pretty cool. But we also have Blessing, the 6-star, looks like an absolute badass. Love his design. He is a god that seems to be able to change his range with his second skill, I believe, and his third skill can actually like cleanse any freeze or anything like that, which is very, very nice. He looks cool. If you know me, I'm a male Arknights enjoyer, so this is pretty much perfect for me. But anyway, let's keep going here. I think most important though, as you can see, he actually cleansed his stun there, which was very nice. But most importantly, we have the 6 stars that are coming up. These will be the banner characters, supposedly. First of all, we have Vivina. Vivina is also a god. We don't know too much about them, so I'm not going to go into detail about these characters, but she looks very cool. Probably one of my favorite, like, operators in the game in terms of design. Like, you just take a look at this art, it looks so good. Reminds me a bit of Spectre of the Unchained. Maybe it's just me. Are they related in some way? Probably not, but she looks adorable. I absolutely love her. I can barely contain my celebration with her. She is not a limited character, supposedly, because she's not Life 2D. As you can see here, if you go back, we actually take a look at her gameplay a little bit here. Doesn't show too much. Her second skill does like this, like, fade in and out. Increases her block by 1, I believe. And her third skill is more of like a heavy damage, big damage against bosses skill. There's also this like new system where you see as like a little object above this boss. Basically, I think you hit it a couple times, it triggers, and when it hits like a certain spot in the game, you will be able to increase your attack speed of your operators. Maybe it works differently before that, but very cool operator, massive fan. I still don't know what weapon this is, but we have my friend Virtuosa. A very, very cool name. Seems to do elemental damage of sorts. As you can see, she has Life 2D art here, which means she is going to be the limited unit on the banner. This is a character you want to get. This is like Chongyue. This is like any unit that's pretty much a limited. She looks very cool. So she is a supporter, that is, I believe that's a supporter, right? We've got a supporter. She's a D-cell binder, I believe that is as well. Not too familiar with this archetype and class, to be honest. As you can see, there's a Life 2D skin. Looks like a very cool unit. If we just go back here, I need to take another look at this. Very, very nice art. Very, very nice art. As you can see here, she does some damage. Second skill, she doesn't attack, but she, I believe, increases her attack range. If not, it's a third skill. Seems to do crazy damage. Elemental damage as well, which makes me think that there's going to be a lot more direction of going towards elemental damage. Probably. I think elemental damage is probably going to be a thing we're going to see a lot more operators doing, which makes me worried about the future of like other operators that don't do elemental damage. But we also have a character behind her who we'll go through a little bit later on. But that's pretty much the characters. There is also other stuff coming, of course, with this type of celebration. You could probably expect free temple, free pool every day for 14 days, which is obviously fantastic. This unit does look super cool. I think like story-wise, Executor Alta is also part of the story, which to any of my Executor Alta fans, which is including me, it's very, very nice. As you can see here, here's the art. Looks absolutely amazing, by the way. Wow. This art looks so good. Like, I wish we could like set this as like the lobby background. Maybe that's just me. We also have Ebenholz in the background as well. And we also have, yes, skins that are coming and they look so good. Oh my god. First of all, I'm not entirely sure what the other two characters are behind, but we can actually go through in a moment. We have a Texas for Virtuosa skin, Live 2D. We have a Mlynar Skin, Live 2D. We have a Bagpipe Skin, which looks very, very good, not Live 2D. We also have a Meteor Skin, which we should be getting for free, supposedly. And there's these two other characters. Let's take a look at the skins. They look very, very good. Absolutely amazing skins. First, we have the Meteor Skin. This skin should be free, from what I understand. We also have what seems to be a Alazintha? Amarintha? I'm presuming. If you can read that, that's whoever it is. Very interesting skin. Not my type of skin usually, but to be honest, I like the art style they've went for, to be fair. We also have the actual Ashlock skin. That's one of the characters we also get. Ashlock skin looks very nice. To be fair, I'm actually quite a big fan of it. Very weird style though. Like you take a look at some of these like things on the bottom right and stuff. Looks very, very interesting. If we keep going here as well, we have the Bagpipe skin. Oh my god, what a cool skin. I only noticed now as well, there's like the characters behind her. This actual outfit as well. Wow, this looks really good. I was like thinking for a long time we deserve a Bagpipe skin, and to see one finally come into the game, huge deal for me personally. So yeah, let me know what you think of these skins. They look very cool. And most importantly, we have the Texas Armatosa skin. A lot of people are going to be hyped for this. The actual animations first look really good as well. But my most favorite one is Mlynar. I don't care what anyone says. The background literally changes for him. I think he has like 3 different backgrounds. One where he's like with other people. Very like story related. And one of the most important things that's coming. Now, some people thought this was originally a skip. This is not a skip. But you can basically set an auto for a stage. For example, LMD stage. Nothing too unusual about that. But you can make it repeat over and over again. So, for example, if we set it to 3x, it will do it 3 times. So, obviously fantastic if you want to save time and not have to like constantly go back in. It's helpful. And we also have 2 new characters if we go back here, who will be in the red certificate shop. We don't know many details about them right now, but they look very cool. Obviously, male character makes me very happy as a male enjoyer. I am very glad to see this. And this character who looks very interesting as well. Seems like they're called Caper and Diamante. Maybe I'm wrong with how I said it, but very cool characters. Caper's probably got like the coolest, like just an original art here. Maybe it's just me. But if we keep looking here, we also have like the daily, like, I believe this is just like a daily login. You get some random. That's what we get pretty much through most of these like 0.5 celebrations or like full celebrations. A random, obviously very nice. And also we have some archives, anyone who's interested. Personally, not a big deal for me. And then we also have modules. We don't know the details to these. If we find them out, I'm going to try and post them in the comments. I usually do forget to do that majority of the time. We have a Mudrock module, Penance module, and a Vulcan module. All because they're part of this archetype. I believe this archetype is called, I want to say Fortress, but I know it's not Fortress Defender, is it? But all of these operators are getting modules. Very excited to see how good Mudrocks and Penance modules is, because they could be really good, could make them a really good unit. Be very curious. And we also have the new characters. I also see Nova Radiant Knight and Bagpipe modules. Oh, hang on. Yeah, so we have the 2 new characters, 2 male operators. Ah, I'm so happy about male operators. As gonna point out, we have Nova Radiant Knight module as well. To anyone who likes her, wonder how good that's going to be. These are the second modules as well. Bagpipe, getting the second one as well. Curious to see how good Bagpipes is going to be. Maybe it'll make you even more busted. And I think that pretty much is everything I want to cover. But there is so much more that we have to go through. Alright, another thing I want to talk about as well is something that I've actually been like taking a look at. Since I can't translate this, I'm actually not entirely sure what this is. But basically from the looks of things, this is like changing up contingency contract or changing up a certain mode. This could also be new, but as you can see, a lot of stuff is like laid out a lot better. Because previously, like actually seeing like buffs for like enemies and stuff was a little bit more different. They've kind of changed up the logos. This is like a pretty cool way of doing it. But one thing I want to talk about is actual reward we can get. This is a Flamebringer skin. This looks really good. You know what? I'm actually kind of a fan of this. It looks like you can get it from whatever mode this is. Since we don't have actually contingency contract anymore like properly with like CC12 and all, it makes me think that you can get this through some sort of new mode or updated past modes that we have. Very, very cool skin. I'm a fan of it. Let me know what you think of it. Obviously, free skins are always a positive at the end of the day. Another thing also worth mentioning as well, I believe this is like a way of seeing like player's progress. So for example, this could be like Dr. YoungRyo, and I'll be able to look at like my most used operator or something like that. I believe that's also something we're getting as a 4.5 live stream. Nothing really too crazy, but for anyone who does enjoy that, I believe that's what this is. Very interesting at the end of the day. Alright, another thing that's worth mentioning as well, supposedly there is like new Japanese languages or something like that. It says new language here, and when you translate this, it does say personalized language for new and older characters Japanese. So it goes for these 4 characters and also for these 6 characters. Pretty interesting. Let me know in the comments if you know what this is. I think this could be just maybe new voices or maybe added voices to the original voices for like specific things. Pretty interesting. And now to talk about one of the most favorite things that everyone loves in Arknights. We all loved this when it came out. I did not hear anyone complaining about it. We have Reclamation Algorithm. So Reclamation Algorithm, of course, was like the fire within the sand mode. It was relatively annoying, but you might recognize it solely from looking at this. I believe this is set more like a Middle Eastern kind of time, since the previous part of the video is talking about that. But when we take a look at this, it does look a bit different. The actual like stuff here doesn't look too different. But obviously we have like day 27. Makes me wonder if like the day limits changed. Maybe they've changed up how this mode works. I am very curious to see overall like what are these nodes? What do these nodes mean? I think I really hope with this mode they've changed enough to make it kind of exciting. Because for me personally, I really did not enjoy it. I thought it was just frustrating to do. A lot of people did always say, "Oh, why aren't you playing Reclamation Algorithm? Make a video on it." It's just not fun content. And also the amount of rewards you could get was ridiculous, to be fair. Like, it was good rewards for a bad game mode. Or at least a game mode that needed work, so hopefully they changed it up. There was also a little bit more here. As you can see here, we have this screen here. So this is like, I believe like the deployment screen or like the squad screen. As you can see, it's like little symbols around here. I originally thought this was stamina, but I have a feeling it might not be, since each of these is actually different per operator. As you can see here though, it could be mainly because we do have like the where you put the food under, like the serving thing here. So each of these characters might have that. Maybe these are like buffs. Maybe this just depends on what type of archetype you are, what type of character you are. It's pretty interesting. I do actually like the way this is laid out though, to be fair. Of course here as well we have like making meals. This is not really anything that's too confusing. It does seem like they've made that a little bit easier to understand now, which is obviously a positive. Now another thing as well that they actually showed was this. As you can see here, this is pretty much just a base. This is the same exact base that we had before, but there are like new looking buildings, if I'm correct. Now, as you can see here, we're like a goat farm, which is interesting. I wonder if this is like something the player places down, or if this is always at the bottom. It could be. We also have like rice fields here, or like something over here, which is making me very curious. Maybe new buildings as well, which might be the thing they're trying to push with this new game mode. And also at the bottom, it's the same. We have like the places you put like the rice fields and stuff. I'm not a massive fan of seeing this because it makes me worry that the game mode hasn't changed that much. But here is a screen for this. It looks a little bit better. It does look a little bit better, but it doesn't look too different. Let me know what you think of this. I think this is going to be interesting to play. Alright, and now we have the best thing coming to Arknights probably ever. It's coming back. I don't know to what extent, but Rainbow Six Siege and Arknights are collaborating. Does that mean we're going to get the old units? We do not know anything really, I believe. We have a collab with Rainbow Six Siege. This is a huge deal because we could be getting Ash to conquer Frost, all those units, Blitz, back into the game. That Ash skin you saw a long time ago, which I absolutely loved, will be coming back. And with this, we will be getting a new character called Fuse, which seems to be a 5-star god. That probably means that either we're only getting this as the collaboration, which is unlikely because that'd be a pretty lame collaboration, or we are going to be getting the previous units, and then this is going to be one we might get for free from literally any side story or something. Now, the one thing that kind of worries me about this is they don't show anything. They only show this character. Since he's a 5-star, means he doesn't have a banner, which could mean that if they don't have any banner units, it does actually put a higher chance of being Ash, etc. coming back. But it is weird that we don't get like a new banner unit, because they're kind of just doing this for the rerun. Maybe a lot of people are going to spend on this rerun, which I assume they would, but something worth mentioning. Probably will come with some modules, probably will come with other stuff. Very excited time. Could also be put on the banner as well, which is a good point to take into account as well. But yeah, anyway, that pretty much does it for this video. If you did enjoy it, please do drop a like. Let me know what you're most excited about for this update. This looks really, really cool. And I'm not talking about the actual board game, by the way. I want to preface that. But anyway, thank you for watching. I will see you next one. Most importantly, adios.